and other matters.
I won't talk too much about me. I just want to say I support everything that the previous speaker says, and she's covered much of what I was going to say. David Cameron was absolutely right when he said that he wasn't going to reorganise the NHS. What he didn't say was that he was going to sell it off. And the health bill will change our NHS into a regulated market like gas, water and electricity. Years ago, when Andrew Lansley worked with Norman Tebbit, you remember Norman Tebbit, and they were privatising all our utilities, he said then, that is the model that we want for the NHS, and that is what we're going to get if we don't totally oppose the bill. There is widespread total condemnation and concern of this bill and what it will do. There is absolutely no evidence at all of any benefits to we as users and funders of the NHS, other than huge benefits to private American healthcare companies who on the day it was announced, the bill was announced, were queuing up at the doors of the PCTs to say, how can we come in and help you to take over the management of the GP consortia. The need for radical change is built on untrue stories of NHS failure, but the evidence of success has been hidden. Satisfaction surveys over the years have shown huge increases in satisfaction. Patient care has improved hugely. We've had new hospitals built, more doctors trained, more nurses trained, huge input in a regulatory framework to ensure that our doctors, nurses, pharmacists, healthcare professionals are trained to a higher standard, that they're regulated better, and that patients and lay people are far more involved in ensuring that their training meets the needs of patients. All that is being unpicked. Not obviously, that's not the stuff that gets into the media, but believe me, I work in that world. That is what is happening. We're being told to cut back on regulation. It's too expensive. To not bother about continuing professional development. Why do we want it? So be very, very aware that what is happening is that we are going to pay for the NHS through our taxes, but the accountability without the strategic health authorities, without primary care trusts, will not be to us as the taxpayers, but will be to the shareholders of the private health companies, and they will be getting huge bonuses and we will be getting a much poorer health care. That's the reality of what David Cameron loves about the NHS. This isn't about patient care. This isn't about a service that is accountable to us. This isn't about integrated care where the services work together for our old and our vulnerable, for the people with acute and complex needs, the people whose care is hugely expensive with new drugs. This is about the people that will commission those services saying, hey, not sure we want you, you'll be too expensive on our budgets. That is the future, and you are absolutely right to point to America. Their health services cost far more and their services are far worse. So I would encourage all of you to go home, get on the internet, look at the 38 Degrees website, make them a big donation, so in the next 2 weeks of this non-listening exercise, because they've all been done privately with their mates, not being advertised till afterwards, so that we can get big advertisements out in the press, so people out there who just say, oh, it's just another NHS reorganisation, will understand what is at stake. So go home and do that right now. Thank you very much.
Hey!